Hello everyone, Rosemary here from the Sweet Poppy Stencils design team. Welcome to our Spring Inspiration Day. Today I'd like to share this card tutorial with you using one of the latest stamps, which is called Spring Blue. This is the stamp. So we're going to use our jelly plate first. I'm using a 6-inch round jelly plate. And I'm also using 2 colours of Distress Oxide. I'm using Worn Lipstick and Dried Marigold. So I'm just going to get a scrap piece of paper. I'm going to get my brayer. I'm going to clean my brayer off. So we start with some fresh ink on it. So the first thing I'm going to do is use my Worn Lipstick ink. And I'm going to roll my brayer backwards onto my ink pad, and then I'm just going to gently take off the excess ink. And then I'm going to just rub it gently over the right hand side of my jelly plate. I'm going to turn my jelly plate around and clean off again my oxide inks on my paper, and then I'm going to move on to my Dried Marigold. I'm using the other side of the brayer, the right hand side, and I'm just doing the same. I'm just gently rubbing it over. Then I'm going to just gently rub off the excess. I'm gently going to rub that over the left hand side of my jelly plate. And there we go. Quite happy with that now. So now I'm just putting a little bit of water on my hand, and I'm going to flick it over my jelly plate, and I'm getting a piece of A4 card, and I'm just going to press it onto my jelly plate. And give it a little rub, and then I'm just going to pick it off, and there we go. So we're finished with our jelly plate now, and our inks and our brayer, so we can put them away. And the next thing we're going to do is our stamping. So as you can see, my card, I needed a bit more space on the left hand side because the leaves came out a bit further, so I can put my stamp where I want it. So we're going to get our stamping platform and our stamp, our Spring Blossom. I'm just going to take off my protective cover, and I'm going to place that on my sticky grid. And I'm going to use my Spring Blossom, and I'm using the twig with the berries on to go to the, I'm just lining up my stamp the way I lined up the last one. So I wanted that leaf coming out along with this little bit of leaf here, so that all my blossom was in the colour part. So all my blossom is in the coloured bit, with just a few little bits coming out over the colour onto the white. On my original card I used grey ink, but this time I'm going to use black because I think it will pop more. I do like the subtleness of the grey, the Morning Mist Versafine Clair, but on this one I'm going to use black because I want to see if it will pop more. I'm sure it will. I'm going to use Adam, my little teddy bear. I use this just as my little extra little pressure. Sweet Poppy stamps are really very good and they usually come out first time. So that's our actually what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this one off and I'm going to get my sentiment stamp, and this comes from the Occasions set and it's called On Your Special Day. I thought I could use this for, if I put On Your Special Day, I could use it for a variety of different reasons. I'm lining it up so it's straight. Go a little bit that way. I'm happy with that. So once again I'm going to use my black or Nocturne Versafine Clair. Nocturne Versafine Clair ink. And just press a little rub with Adam. And I'm going to do a second one because I'm not very happy with where it's on your, maybe I didn't press well enough. So let's have a look. Oh, perfect. That's perfect. Let's pick off our card. Take off our put our cover back on our sticky mat, and this is our stamped product. So we'll just put our stamp over there. Right, so this is our card so far. And now I don't need to colour in my flower. I was quite happy with the way it was coloured in. So what I did was I just coloured in the leaves with my Faber-Castell Polychromo pencils. So I just used a green and a brown. They were the only two I used. So we're just colouring in our leaves. I don't like my pencils to be very pointed. I like to, when they've been used for a little while. So I very rarely use a sharp pointed pencil. Now these are polychromos and I can blend with these. But I only used the one colour, so I didn't really need to blend them, so I didn't this time. Just keep turning my work to face me. I hope you're enjoying the inspirational days. They seem to be very successful, which is nice. And I do enjoy sharing techniques and things with you. This is a nice quick card. As you can see, it's very quick. And then I just coloured in the branches, which is only this little bit here. And then the next thing I did was I got a tiny little paintbrush, and I've got a little cup of water here. And a little rag. So I've got some clean water. And on the berries that are inside the coloured area, because I want them to look white, I'm just using water. It's taking the colour away. From our white berries. And it worked quite successfully, because the ink hasn't sort of really set yet, the oxides. And with the oxides, when you add water to them, they react in a chalky manner as well. So I think that might be another reason why it's quite easy to turn them white. That one there needs a little bit more. Here we go. And then these, oh, not that one. These couple here. And there we go. So that's another part of our technique done. So the next thing I did was I took my gold pen. This is a jelly roll pen, and it's the gold one. And I just highlighted the centre there's some little circles in the centre which would be like the seed heads. So I'm just highlighting them in a gold pen. And then I highlighted all our shadowing effects in gold that we've been given by the designer of the stamp. Just on the leaves as well, just to give a little bit of sparkle. I just keep reflecting it in the light so I can see where I've missed or where I haven't gone yet. I hope you can see the reflection of the gold pen. You gently just tap in where the little dots are. Just a few little bits to reflect in the light. Just this last little petal here. And I think yep, that's everywhere. I hope you can see that reflecting in the light. Sorry. Now that's the last little bit of highlighting we need to do, is to just go around the circle. I just do it freehand. I know it's a bit... This last little bit. One last little bit there. And that's your circle done as well. Okay. So now all we need to do is we need to mount our card. So we're going to cut our card down. So I'll get another piece of card. Another piece of card just to be ready. Right, so I'm going to... Right, I'm using the Tim Holtz or Tonic Studios small, and as you can see I'm cutting my card down, so I'm looking at my card, I'm taking my circle to this edge here, this edge of the silver, so that I know I've got a little bit of extra. And then what I do on the other side is I cut it using it again. I'm still using this line here, the main line, and I'm taking my leaf so that my second leaf is touching the first line, the first edge, and then I'll trim that. Now I know that that is the same width as the actual card should be, so it's half an A4 piece of paper. So it's just under 15 centimetres. So it's just under 15 centimetres, and this one this way is just under 15 centimetres. As you can see on my, I have a little pencil mark just there, which is a pencil mark for exactly halfway. So when I'm cutting my A4 card, I always use that mark there, which is just under 15 centimetres, and I know that that is half of an A4 card. That is what I use. So now if I cut my card exactly this one, which is 6 inches, but I want it a little bit wider, I think. Let me see. What was that one? So let's just measure it on here. Okay. So I have another line here, which is 6.5 inches. 6.5 inches. I'm going to cut my card down to that 6.5 inch mark. And I think that's a little bit too big, so I'm going to cut it down again just to the 6 inch mark. So that's much better. I prefer the 6 inch mark, so I'm going to use the 6 inch mark one. I'm going to put that away. And then I get a piece of scrap paper. And a Sharpie pen. I've got my Sharpie pen, and I've also got a cut off of a piece of card. You can use the bits you've just cut off, these bits, and I just place them on the edge of the card, and then I just touch the card and pull. The reason I use a piece of card is because sometimes the pen slips, and if you've got a piece of card on top, it tends not to ruin the actual card you're making, because it ruins the piece of card you're using as your cover. So that's that one done. And as you can see, not much goes on to this part, so it's just a guide. It just helps you cover up, and that will fit on there like that. And then I'm going to do the matte and layering piece as well. I need a bigger piece of card for this one. And there we go, that's that bit done as well. So we've got a nice little black line, so they just stand out on top of each other, as you can see, like that. Okay, so to matte and layer, I just take some double-sided tape, and I always use an ink pad as well. So I just take some double-sided tape. This is Ultra tape. I think I got it from Hobbycraft. Oh, place it through my wrist because it helps. I think it helps me guide it easier. And then I place it down right to the edge. And then I just rip it off with my ink pad. So I do all 4 sides, and then I peel it back about halfway down. And then I use some glue stick on the back just to give that little bit of flexibility to move, to help me line it up. Oops, daisy. To move that piece of scrap paper into the bin. Then I'm just going to line it up. And look straight. That's better. Just lightly press down and pull your tape off. And there we go, that's ready now to go onto a blank card. This card is the blank card is a 7x7, which I have just here. Whoops. And we just repeat the process on the back again with our double-sided tape. Once again, just peel your tape, oops, a daisy. Just peel your tape halfway down on all 4 sides. And then centre it on the card. Gently press down, and there we go, there's our finished card. And as you can see, this is the one I done in the Morning Mist, and now I've done, I think I prefer the black ink. It does make it pop out more, but the choice is yours. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed my tutorial. I look forward to seeing you all soon. Have a lovely day. Bye.